You guys, welcome to a brand new series on the channel. Today we're going to be doing a past and present style squad builder. I did these in the past, I think it was around like FIFA 15, so I haven't done one in a while to be fairly honest, and it was actually a really fun series to do. And today we're going to be doing Derby County, as I do know a lot of players that have played for us in the past, and it's kind of funny looking at the team that we did have then, when I did that squad builder, and now this new one. It's crazy how many players that have played for us and then gone on with their careers. So first up, we do have Jack Butland, of course. Really good goalkeeper on FIFA, like top 3 probably. Him, Neuer, and Farman. Absolutely fantastic keepers. And yeah, we kind of made him in a way like he wasn't playing at Stoke when he was loaned to us. I think they had, I think it was Begovic. It might have been the season Begovic went though, I'm not too sure. But yeah, Jack Butland. I'm really glad we got him in a way because he is going to be a future England goalkeeper in my opinion, and I can't wait to get that first. I think he's already played for England, but like get himself into the team once Joe Hart starts to decline. Going on to the next one, then we do have Andre Wisdom, a player that I'm really surprised at his career. Like he did a really good season with Derby like 3 years ago now, and since then he's really not done too well. He went to Norwich, I think it was on loan. He didn't really play that many games. Now he's at Salzburg in the Austrian Bundesliga. I don't know if he's played any games, but it's kind of crazy. Like, I would have loved him to sign for Derby when he did finish off that first loan with us. But, you know, he just went off and really didn't really improve. And Liverpool have obviously got Klein, they've got Flanagan. Is he going to get into their team? Probably not. So he's probably going to move at the summer coming up. On to the next player then, we do have Raul Albentosa. This is a really weird one. Like, he signed for us in the January for like 300, 400k. We played like 6 or 7 games with him. Loaned him out to Malaga the season after. Then we sold him to, what team is it? It's this team right here. It's Deportivo for like 1.52 million. I don't know what we did really. Like, I don't know if it was just to make profit on a player. In terms of business, he was kind of a good player to get. But I think we should have given him a lot more opportunities to play because he didn't really get that many. He did make a few mistakes, but you're going to make that when you come into a brand new league, and we really didn't give him the time to adapt to it, and I think he would have been a really good player. He's doing fantastic work in Spain, and a bit of a shame we kind of let him go. On to the next one then, we do have Michael Keane, who was linked to, I can't remember, I think it was Leicester wanted to play like 15 million for him, which I'm completely surprised at. I think when he was at Derby, he was absolutely terrible, but it's crazy how well Burnley have built him up over this last season and two. And he's a really good player now. He is very young still, so a good opportunity to get into the England setup as well. On to the next one, we have one of the really old players. I think he was actually on the original past and present video I did on Derby County, Alberto Bueno. This guy's had a really interesting career. He did well. I can't remember who it was for, but it was in the Spanish league. He scored like 15, 16 goals in a season. I think he was like above Ronaldo in the Liga BBVA. And then he went to Porto on a free. And he didn't actually play a single game for Porto, and now he's been loaned back to Spain. So, I don't know. It would be kind of nice if we got him back, but I don't think he'd really fit our system. On to the next one, then we do have Tom Huddleston. He is quite old now. I think he's about 30 now. But yeah, he started off his career with us. I think he was actually born in Nottingham, but played for Derby. And yeah, he went to Spurs, obviously. I think we sold him for about 3 or 4 million. Now he's at Hull and still doing a nice job. I'm not too sure. Yeah, he got rid of the afro, didn't he? He got rid of that quite a while, to be frankly honest. On to the next player then. We do have Jesse Lingard. Now this is a really interesting one because he really didn't have... He had a decent loan at us. Like, we had Thomas Ince at the time who was way better than him. And it's crazy how Jesse Lingard has now put himself into the Man United first team. And it's crazy because he did okay with us. We didn't really give him the best of game time, to be frankly honest. It would have been nice to see Lingard on the left and Ince on the right, and I think it was bent down the middle as that season when we did get Jesse Lingard. And it's kind of crazy how in a matter of a season he's really cemented himself in that first Man United team. On to the next one then, we do have Jordan Ibe, another player from Liverpool that we have got. It's crazy how Jordan Ibe hasn't really gone much more. Like, it's kind of crazy. I'm older than Jordan Ibe. That's another mental thing. I'm literally 4 days older than him. So yeah, hopefully Jordan Ibe can get a little bit better at Bournemouth. I don't know, Bournemouth haven't had the best of seasons. They do have massive injury problems like every year. Callum Wilson being injured for, I don't know, like a third, maybe 2/3 of their seasons every year. It really doesn't help Bournemouth. And like for 15 million, it was kind of crazy that they did pay that much for Jordan Ibe since he didn't do that well at Liverpool. but obviously did very well when he was at us in a couple of seasons ago now. On to the next player then, we do have one of the present players. Main reason I did this squad build is because I paid 50 grand for this man of the match Hughes. He did sign a new contract in, when was it? I think it was the start of January, maybe the end of December. The thing is though, a lot of players do sign contracts and then they end up going in the next window. Hopefully we can keep him at the club because he is our best player. There's no doubt about it. He is our greatest player at the club. And I feel like if we don't get promoted in the next year or two, he's going to have to move on because he can easily get into the England team with a few Premier League appearances. That's the only reason he's not in the England team, just because he hasn't had that experience. On to the next one then, we do have Arturo Lupoli. This is another one from a few seasons ago. I think it must have been like 2011, 12, maybe 12, 13. Yeah, he was a really good player at the time, and he hasn't really gone on. I think we got him on loan from Arsenal, I think it was, and he didn't score that many goals, but he was just a really, at the time, we had no player like him. He was a very skillful player, and we had players like, I don't know, like Jamie Ward, Theo Robinson, Nathan Tyson, these players that are just really one-dimensional, whereas Lupoli was a really skillful player, and he's probably getting towards the end of his career now, to be frankly honest. And the final player, I think I just went past him, it is Tito Villa. He was like Chris Martin back in the day. We only had him for like a season, maybe two, but he had a really good goal-to-game ratio. And it's, I don't know, I think he's like 33, 34 now, so he is getting on a bit now. I do see him occasionally getting in form. But yeah, that's about the first team done. As you can see, I did show you Connor Salmon towards the end there. He's been, I think his goal-to-game ratio in, like, even Derby was terrible. But in the Scottish League, I think he's got 1 goal in 20 games, something like that. Like, he really isn't a footballer, unfortunately. He is a very hard-working player, but he just doesn't have the technical skills, to be frankly honest. Another player, Jeff Hendrick, of course, I'm glad he's done well at Burnley since, like, at the time, selling him for 10.5 million or whatever it was, I was really happy with that. But now you're looking at him in the Premier League, he's a really good player. Like, he wasn't that good for us, but obviously Sean Dyche, a very good manager. I really hope, I think Burnley very easily will stay up this year. They've got a great home record at Turf Moor, and just need to pick up a few more away points. John Stead, I just thought I'd put this guy in because he's got the smiliest picture I've ever seen. I was just looking at some of the older players that have played for the club, and that is he's far too happy, to be frankly honest. Another player, Elham Dowie, we got him on loan, and he did okay. Like, I think he got, I want to say like 6 in 20, which is not bad for a player from a foreign league. He used to have 4 or 5-star skill moves, so bit of a shame he has been downgraded the skill move, and he is a little bit old now. Brad Jones, another player that we did get on loan from Liverpool for a short time. Chris Commons, we like this is one player that really we could have kept, and we probably could have pushed on a bit more. But obviously he went to Celtic, had a good career, and he is probably getting towards the end now. I think he's gone on loan to, I want to say Kilmarnock, but it could be another Scottish Premier League team. I'm not too sure, because he hasn't had the best of opportunities at Celtic this season. Simon Dawkins, I'm quite surprised. I don't know, like, he's the most inconsistent player the world has ever seen. Like, one game he'd be scoring like hat-tricks, the next game, maybe next 5 games, he'd do nothing. But it's crazy how he would come up with these crazy things. I remember I think he scored a hat-trick against Fulham in the FA Cup. That was a crazy game, like a really good game. And yeah, Simon Dawkins, hopefully does well. Still, like, got a bit of a career left in him, so I don't know if we could get him back. And obviously Steve McLaren did quite well under him. Danny Ayala from Middlesbrough, I think we got him again from Liverpool. Like, the amount of Liverpool players, I want to just go through. We got 1 there, we got 2, 3, 4, obviously, and I think we got someone else. I can't remember off the top of my head though, but we have, over the last like 3 or 4 years, we literally have a Liverpool player every single season. And we have Omar Mascarell, who we got from Real Madrid. He has actually gone to Frankfurt now in the Bundesliga. I think it's Frankfurt. Yeah, Frankfurt. This guy was really interested. I think we were kind of playing him out of position, to be frankly honest, but it's crazy how he's got 4-star skills and 4-star weak foot. He definitely does deserve those, because he'd do like Berber spins in the holding midfielder role. Like, he was like literally on the edge of our box, and he'd be doing like Berber spins, roulettes and stuff like that. He's a really skillful player, but I think we just played him in the wrong place, to be frankly honest. On to the next one then, we do have Phil Haber from, I think that's Atlanta Sporting KC, whoever they are, I don't know. he played for us when we were in the Premier League for like a season. We bought him for like 1 mil, and I think we ended up selling him for 5 mil. Like, really good business, to be frankly honest, and we didn't really do that well in the Premier League. Another player here, Tyrone Mears. There are quite a few players that play in the MLS. We've also got Giles Barnes, I've just remembered off the top of my head. I'm not too sure if he's on FIFA this year. I think he should be. Giles Barnes, anyway. Let me have a look. There he is. And get onto the concepts. There he is. He actually has a decent card, of course. 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot, 6'2". Looks like quite a decent player, to be frankly honest. But yeah, he used to be quite a good player for Derby. Tyrone Mears, of course, same situation. And Connor Dorr to finish it off. A very, I don't know, like this guy was terrible for us back in the day. Like, literally did nothing. He was just a big tall man. And yeah, that's about it for this past and present squad build. It's quite an interesting one, to be honest. Like, it's crazy how some of the players that we've signed and they've gone on to do great things, and then there's other players that have just declined since playing for us. But that's football, really. Like, some will do well and some won't. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. If you want to leave some comments down below on any teams that you do want me to do another one of these on, I think I can't remember who. Somebody does a series similar to this. They've done them in the past, I know that, but I don't know if someone does it at the moment. Maybe they do, and I've just, I don't know, copied them in a way. But I did it like 3 or 4 FIFAs ago, so I don't know, maybe. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this quick little video. I just thought I'd do it for Derby County just because obviously nobody else is going to do it, and it's just interesting to see the players that used to play for us. So yeah, make sure you do smash the like button, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and see you soon. Bye.